And Ozzie, we are live here on Sunday afternoon. I'll give everybody a few minutes. Looks good so far. So, come here, Oz. Can you say hi? No. Okay, Ozzie is right here. He is with. We've had some really bad rain for the last couple of days, so it's nice to be outside. Okay, okay. So it's about 6:04, so we are about 4 minutes late. So hopefully, hi, and I cannot ever pronounce your name, so I'm so sorry. But hey, how are you? I'm glad you made it. And say hey, Oz. And say hi. And I'm going to give everybody just a few minutes, and then we'll start with Ozzie's story, and then we can go with whatever anybody wants to talk about. I hope you're doing good today. I say avoid. Is that correct? I hope that was good. Yeah, we've had a ton of rain here from one of the hurricanes that pushed some rain up our way. So it's been really, really rainy weekend. So we finally got a break. Thank goodness. It was so funny. It quit raining right before we were supposed to come out here. So that is a plus because we get like no internet reception in our house. I say avoids. Okay. That's my... Okay, so I see we have 2 people here, so we will give everybody just another minute. Come here, Oz. Yes, I do not like spell check either. It can get you into some big trouble if you don't look at what it is before you send sometimes. Come here. You gonna talk to everybody? Okay, so let me see what time it is. It's 6:06. So, okay, we have 5 people on now. So, hello everybody that is here. So, I'm going to go ahead and get started. So Ozzie, come here for a second, Oz. Come here. So, say hi. Say hi. And sorry we're so up close, but if I do not get this close, I will never be able to read the chat. So, just kind of is what it is. Say hi, Oz. So Ozzie is a 16-year-old umbrella cockatoo. And he doesn't have a bad story or anything. He was actually with the same family for 16 years. And they're an older couple. And the gentleman actually became allergic to Ozzie's dander. So his heart doctor told him the first thing to do when they got home is to get rid of Ozzie. So this, sorry, I got Ozzie feathers going here. So this was heartbreaking for them because they had had him since he was a baby. So they had to get rid of him, and they found the rescue in Charlotte and gave him up to them because they knew that they would find a good home for Ozzie. And then we met Ozzie. So, and Ozzie, we actually met Ozzie before he was even done with his quarantine. So luckily he didn't have to stay in the rescue, but maybe, I'll say about 6 weeks, just because all of the paperwork, the quarantine, and they just wanted to make sure, his vet visit to make sure he didn't have a beak and feather and all the other things that they do. So that's why he was there for about 6 weeks. But he really had a great life before us. I mean, you can tell that he was loved. They taught him a lot. He knows what no means. So I think he had a really great life. And I hate for those people that had to get rid of him because I couldn't imagine. I know they had to have a really good relationship. And the way the lady at the rescue agency taught with us, they had a really hard time giving him up. So, but that is Ozzie's story. So, like I said, he's 16 years old, and he is just a great bird. Oh, thank you. Hey, Rhonda, how are you? Marshall, the cutest. Hey, how are you today? Oh, well, we think we're lucky too, because I'm telling you, when we started looking for a bird, I had actually told them, you know, a smaller bird or maybe an African gray, because this was our first bird. And the lady at the rescue called me and said, oh my gosh, I have this bird that just came in, and it's an umbrella cockatoo, but I'm telling you, you have to come meet him. You will fall in love. So we fell in love, needless to say. So it just worked out. Everything worked out how it was supposed to. Let's see. Marshall, the cutest. Okay, you turned 17 on Friday. Wow, well, happy birthday. 17. I forget what that feels like. So that's good. Yeah, fall is a great time to have a birthday too. At least it's not too hot and you can get out and do everything. So where is everybody from? If I could ask, if you just want to leave a comment of where you're from. I think that's very interesting, because in the comments I read where people are just from different countries and all over the United States, and I just think that's so interesting to me. Yes, Ozzie is my first bird. And the reason I know so much is because whenever I decided that I wanted a bird, I said, I'm going to research this. So I literally researched over a year before I got Ozzie. So that is why in my videos, I try to stress to everyone, please do your research, because if you don't do your research on any bird, I feel like you're going to end up getting rid of that bird. Because I'm telling you, with Ozzie scream and stuff, that first little bit, I can understand why there's so many in rescues. But if you do your homework and do what you should do as a bird owner, because birds are different, they're so different. Because it's not like a dog. Dogs they want to please you. They're people pleasers. Birds are not people pleasers. They care about what they want when they want it. So it's just a completely different thing here. Oh, okay, so you're from England. So we have someone from England. Okay, Pat is from Indiana. From North Carolina. I'm from South Carolina, actually. Yes, you can tell by the accent. That was the one reason I didn't want to start YouTube, actually, because I cannot stand how I sound. So it took a lot of thinking and praying about it before I started. But you know what? I mean, nobody likes how they talk, so it is what it is. But yes, I'm from South Carolina, so right next to North Carolina. So we have Indiana and England. And I know Maria the Cockatoo Lover is actually from France, because she won the first giveaway. So I found that so interesting. You know, it's a small world, and without YouTube, I mean, we wouldn't know. It's so neat to make all these new friends, or in my opinion, that's why I like YouTube, and just to get information out there. Oh, thanks. I'm glad you like the Southern accent. Yeah, my husband and I actually argued over who was going to talk for this channel, because neither one of us like how we sound. So unfortunately it ended up being me, but now I can say fortunately, because I'm telling you, YouTube has really, I just love it, and it makes, I don't know, I just really love YouTube. Oh, you lived in the mountains of North Carolina for 20 years? Beautiful. We love North Carolina and Tennessee. We're really, if we go. Where in the mountains did you live? Because we actually live in the mountains of South Carolina, so it's really close to North Carolina. Are you doing nice? though, but I'm not sure how Ozzie would do with that. So we just have it. Maybe. Hey guys. Burnsville, North Carolina. I've never been there, but that is interesting. Yeah, like I say, we love North Carolina. Tennessee. Never been to England, never been to France, so that's all interesting as well. And Indiana, I've never been to Indiana. Come here, Oz, you want to talk? You want to say hey to everybody? Say hi. Blown kisses? Blown kisses? You have relatives in Raleigh. Okay, yeah. I've never been to Raleigh, but the company I work for, we actually have they have a business there in Raleigh, so, but I've never been there. So is everything canceled in everyone's areas, or are you still getting to do things? Oh, thank you. Yes, he is a very beautiful bird. Very well behaved. So lucky. I know we have an Oktoberfest here every October, and we love it, and it's so nice, and they have really good food, and they have rides for the kids, and just a lot of crafts and things. But it's canceled this year, unfortunately. Then we have a local apple festival. It was canceled, so that's kind of sad. But I know Halloween is still going on here because people are planning their own things, and I think there's going to be some block parties and stuff like that. So yes, it definitely is a small world. It is. Does anybody else have any questions here? Some areas of England on restriction, but not where I am. Okay, gotcha. So it's kind of like here. It's the different states have different, restrictions and things like that. Luckily here in South Carolina, we don't, other than canceling a lot of things, we don't have a lot of restrictions. We are huge Clemson football fans, and there can only be 19,000 in the stadium. So we are having to miss some football games, but we can watch it on TV. So, but other than that, everything's pretty much open. I just hate it for these little towns, though, these college towns. In Clemson, there's probably going to be a lot of businesses shut down because they're just not getting the business because nobody's coming in for the football games except the 19,000. And 19,000 compared to, around 100,000 on a Saturday is a huge difference for these businesses. Come here, Oz. It's okay. Yes, I love football. We are huge. Actually, my husband is watching NFL right now. I don't really get into the NFL. Hey, it's okay. I don't really get into the NFL much, but I do love college football. And we, here in the South, of course, high school football is a huge thing for us as well. But our local team actually couldn't play Friday night because of COVID. The other team they were playing had a lot of players sick, so that was canceled. But yeah, I'm glad things are getting somewhat back to normal. And Ozzie's going to talk here. Really? You going to stop talking once I put you up there? Oz. Okay, so I thought he was going to talk for a minute, but he's like that. Sometimes he talks, but he loves it outside, so he just in general loves being outside. So he's just cool and calm. So does anyone else have parrots that's on right now? That is interesting to know. What you doing, Ozzie? I would actually love to have another parrot. Sorry, I'm moving to the other hand. I would like to have another parrot, but it'll probably be a while because my next one, I would love it to be a parrot that maybe doesn't have such a good background. Now that I kind of know what to do with parrots and things, because I've learned a lot from Ozzie. So I would like to have a project bird, my next bird. That's right. You have taken all the classes and everything on avian, but you just don't have your parrot yet. Well, maybe someday soon. Do you have rescues and adoption agencies for parrots in England? No pets at all, but love all animals in general. Yes, that's me. I'm just an animal person. You know, we adopted our dog. He's out here running around too, but yeah, I just love it. Would, if we had a lot of money and a lot of time, it would not be good for my husband because I would have every animal you could think of. So he aggravates me all the time and says, "Are we going to have a zoo before long?" With me, that is a very good possibility. Rhonda, you have a yellow-naped Amazon. Ah, Amazons. So does your Amazon talk a lot? Because I know all of the Amazons that we have been around and like at Parrot Mountain and things, they talk so well and I love them. They say they are bitey though. So that's another, is your Amazon bitey or well behaved? Or, I know they're all different. Very few. There's a tiny one about 25 miles away from me. Oh, well that's good. At least you do have one whenever you do decide to get that parrot. I'm 72 and have had many pets through those years, but am in an apartment now and not allowed. Yeah. I hate that. That's the only thing about these birds. You definitely, even when we go on vacation, if they do say pet friendly, I still call those places and say, "Hey, I understand you're pet friendly, but are you parrot friendly?" Because there's a huge difference in a dog that you can kind of, like our dog never barks unless something is wrong, and Ozzie that is going to scream in the morning and the evening. So if you do have a parrot and go on vacation, just make sure that you call that place and make sure they understand what kind of pet you're bringing. Just a heads up. But a lot of places are. I mean, we try to stay in cabins and things because hotel rooms and apartment-like places or condos just aren't going to work with Ozzie because I would hate to wake everybody up. I wouldn't do that to everybody. But just something to know if you want a pet parrot. Pretty well behaved. Well, that's good, Rhonda. Yeah, Amazons are beautiful though, and they can talk so clear. The ones I've been around, they are hilarious characters. Hi, Oz. Gonna talk to everybody? Which will soon be about 200 miles as I have to move. Oh, that's right, you were moving. I hate that. Well, maybe you can find one close to you when the time comes that you decide it's time to adopt a parrot. Because as much as you know about parrots, you would definitely be a great parrot owner and give a parrot a good home. And that's what these birds need. Oh, yes, he chatters to himself all the time. It's so funny. My mom gets such a kick out of it because he just jibber jabbers to himself. Especially, I'm surprised he's not doing it more now because normally when you talk, that's when he wants to do that. So yeah, Amazon would be an interesting one. I do love the macaws. They just kind of intimidate me, which umbrella cockatoos intimidated me before Ozzie, I will have to say. So, I mean, you never know, and I think birds are so different. I hope so. African greys mimic in the wild. Yes. They do. African greys are, which like I say, that's what I put in for whenever I started the adoption process. But African greys are so smart and just, to me, they're just beautiful, and which all these parrots are beautiful, but African greys, they are highly intelligent, which it amazes me how intelligent Ozzie is, and the things we'll hear him say now that we've had him. like last night, he was in his cage getting ready for bed, and he'll just copy something we said during the day and say it's so clear. So these parrots are just amazing. I mean, they are just beautiful, and they have such personality. That's why they're so good and clear, but not as cuddly as cockatoos. A bug. Actually, at Parrot Mountain, my husband became so attached to this African gray named Woody, and he was so cuddly. Like, he would get on my husband's shoulder and would not leave the whole time we were there. And he would like want to put his beak right here on my husband's mouth, and it was just so sweet. Which my husband, I do think, would really love to have an African gray one day. So that may have to be our next endeavor with the parrots. That's why they're so good and clear, but not as cuddly. Okay, I read that one. Yeah. And cockatoos are cuddly. You just have to be really careful with that. Because Ozzie loves to just be near somebody, but you just have to be really careful where you pet them, how you pet them. You know, you just don't want to make them hormonal, because that's not going to be good for you or them. But he does so well with that, though, because if there ever is a time where he starts to be like that, I just nip it right then and get his mind on something else, and he does really well. So luckily we haven't had a problem. Hi. Say hi. We haven't had a problem with that, but I hope we never do. April on Parrot Playhouse just adopted an African gray. Yes, Rhonda, I watched that video today, actually. I love her. I love what she does, what she stands for. I wish that one day that could be what I could do. I would love to have like a rescue and help these parrots. He's so funny. He's over here mimicking me. But right now, I just don't have time or money, but that would be my dream. It really would. I must go. Very nice to meet you all, and look forward to coming back when you do this again. Very nice to meet you too, Pat. And you have a good night, and we hope to see you next week on our live. But yeah, cockatoos are very cuddly, but I just be really careful with that if you do get a cockatoo. Because the head, like Ozzie loves to have his head scratched. But if you go any below the neck on a cockatoo, they're going to start. The first thing they do, Ozzie does this, he raises that wing. And that means they're wanting you to pet up and under that wing. And most people that do not do their research, don't know anything about them, the first thing they're going to do is pet all up and under that wing. And that is going to make them so hormonal. And when you quit, I mean, they're going to be ticked off. And of course they would be, because, you know, that's a hormonal thing for them. So it's just really, really good for people to do their research with any parrot, because, like I say, these birds are unlike any other animal you'll ever have. You want to say hi? Say hi. Say hi. You want to sing? And Ozzie here loves to sing. He, at night, especially before bedtime, he just sings away. And Rhonda, does your Amazon like bedtime? Ozzie loves bedtime. It's so funny. If you're in his area when he is ready to go to bed, oh, he will let you know. That is when he will scream, and we know what that means. That means, leave me alone, I'm ready to go to bed. Are you going to talk? Who's that pretty bird? Who's that pretty bird? Are you going to talk? Yeah. Say hi. Good boy. Hi. Baby boy. Good boy, Oz. You talking to everybody? Oh, and the funny thing is, I took him to the vet Thursday for his first vet appointment with us to get his beak and nails trimmed. And they actually, his beak on the bottom, I don't know if you can tell, but it's kind of crooked. And I did not even know they could do this, but the vet is actually going to fix this for Ozzie. So every 3 weeks we have to go get his beak trimmed, but that is going to straighten up his beak. So we're excited about this, and I didn't even know that was possible because we had noticed it, but it wasn't like a major issue. I mean, I've seen other umbrella cockatoos with their beaks were, you know, kind of crooked, but I was so interested that they can fix that for him. So that's gonna, so every time we go, I'll start trying to do a video checkup of how his beak is straightening up. So that's just interesting to me too. But he did so well at the vet. He just went right with them, and the girl said he kept them laughing the whole time. So he's just a character. Say hi. Say hi, Oz. Who's that pretty bird? Yeah, Ozzie was great with the vet. I couldn't have asked for better. And because of how things are, what I had to do is you just pull up and you go to a number and you call the vet, tell them what number your part's in, and they actually come out, get your animal, take it in, and then bring your animal back to your car. So this was, I mean, easy for me. I didn't have to do anything except, you know, give them Ozzie, and then they brought him back. But he did so well. But I was really, really proud of him because I was kind of worried about it because he's never met, you know, this vet before, and this was all new to him. So just a really, really good time. So maybe when he goes back in 3 weeks to get that beak trim, everything will go easy and we won't have any issues. So that was, I think my dog has more issues at the vet than him because whenever I take my dog to the vet, I have to go out of the room so he'll not behave, but just not be completely terrified. But my dog was treated really bad before we adopted him. So that's probably the reasoning behind that. And Ozzie's just like, whatever. Did you see the very short video of Gotcha when he thinks he's going to the vet? Yes, I have. We watch all of Gotcha. I love Gotcha's little voice. Now Ozzie does sound like Gotcha a lot. The thing is, this is so funny. Okay, if you watch the video I put out Friday night of him doing that screaming, he had just watched the new Gotcha video where Gotcha, I can't remember what he's saying in that video. But anyways, he's, you know, talking like Gotcha always does. And Ozzie started screaming like that at Gotcha on my phone. I was watching it and he just started having a fit. So then I turned the video off and started recording him. But it was, I was like, what? Because, you know, we've tried to show him other videos of like Ozzie the Cockatoo and all that, and he never reacts. But whenever it was Gotcha the other night, I don't know what happened, but he started freaking out. So it was interesting. So I may have to do a video of showing him watching Gotcha and letting you see how he reacts, because it is just too funny. They do sound alike. Yeah, they do. All cockatoos, I think, you know, have that. You gonna say hi? They all have that, you know, little cute, sweet voice, but it's so funny. Actually, I think that's going to be my next video, the multiple personalities of a cockatoo, because Ozzie is hilarious. He can go from that screaming, just like in the video where I showed you, and then he'll say, "Ozzie, good boy." It's crazy. It's so funny. But and then he has like this pterodactyl. He's doing something now. You gonna show everybody your funny side? Say hi. But he has. Oh. What is it? Hi, Spaceman Dudley. How are you? You gonna say hi to them? But lately he has this pterodactyl yell that is, I have yet to get it on camera. But it's normally when he gets really aggravated about something. And that's not the pterodactyl yell. But the pterodactyl yell, it does. I mean, he sounds just like a pterodactyl from a movie, a dinosaur movie. Oh, I've got to get him doing it because it's just, he's hilarious. Say hi. Was the video when Gotcha talked of birdie shoes? I can't remember. I know it's the one she just uploaded, though. I think she uploaded it Friday night. And she doesn't really put a lot out. And I get disappointed. Not with her, because I get it. I mean, she has kids. She's like me. She's busy. But I love to see her. Woo. Hey, Ozzie. What are you doing? But, yeah, I love to see Gotcha videos. So as soon as I see one... What are you doing? So as soon as I see one of her videos come out, I click right on it. It's okay. It's starting to rain here, so that is his problem right now. Ozzie, you know, it's okay. Shh. Most parents love the rain. Ozzie hates the rain. He does not like it. He does not want to be around it. But just like his bath time, it is. I need to do a video on that too because he hates a bath, so we have to spray bottle him. But yeah, Ozzie. Hey, hi. Hi. Oh, yes. Uh-oh, it's saying my connection is unstable. But I want to find one of those locks to see if Ozzie can do it too. So I may order one and tell it. Because at Parrot Mountain, whenever it would rain, it's okay. Oh, that is so awesome. And you know, they would just... No. Have a good night too, Spaceman Dudley. So, and we're at about 32 minutes, and I was going to try an hour, but with the rain, we're going to end it here. The rain is... Thank you all for watching. We've had such a good time with you here today. Time. Hey. Just all talk and talk about different things, but thanks so much for watching, and we will see you next Sunday.